welcome back to another episode of Mrs. Phillips Camp Kindergarten. This week we are starting a new unit, and I'm wearing a dress that might give you a clue as to what we're learning about. What animal is that? It's a shark. So we're going to start our ocean animals unit for the next couple of weeks, and the first animal we're going to talk about are sharks. Okay, so take a minute, think what you already might know about sharks. Think of some things you might know. And we're going to start by reading a story about sharks. So you might have some knowledge about sharks already, but I'm going to give you more information for you to learn and to know about sharks. Okay, so the title of this story is called Sharks, and it's by Deanna Jump. This is a picture of a great white shark. Now it starts with a question. What are they? What are they? Sharks are a type of fish that have been around for more than 400 million years. They were here long before dinosaurs roamed the earth. Sharks live in oceans all over the world. So think about that. Sharks have been around longer than dinosaurs. They were here before the dinosaurs, and they're still here after the dinosaurs. What do they look like? Another question sentence. What do they look like? Did you know that not all sharks look the same? There are over 350 types of sharks. Sharks come in many different sizes, shapes, and colors. So up here we have the great white shark. Then we have the hammerhead shark, and look at the shape of his head. That's why they call it a hammerhead shark, all because of the shape of his head. Looks like a hammer. Down here is the tiger shark, and over here is the cat shark. So there's more than 350 kinds of sharks in the world. That is a lot of sharks. Common characteristics. Sharks have fins to help them move forward, balance, and steer. So that helps them figure out what direction they're gonna swim in. They move their tail from side to swim. Sharks have gills to help them breathe. As they swim, their gills filter oxygen from the water. So just like all fish, they have gills. And that's how they breathe underwater. They actually use it almost like a filter, and they take the oxygen that's in the water in through their gills. That's how they stay alive. This says twist and turn. A shark's skeleton is made up of cartilage. So exciting. Instead of bone. Cartilage bends more easily than bone does and helps the shark twist and turn in the water. So as humans, we have bones in our body. We have lots and lots of bones. If you were to squeeze your arm, just gently, you can feel the hard bones inside. But a shark does not have bones. It has something called cartilage. If you touch your ear at the top here and give it a little squeeze, you can feel it feels kind of firm or hard, but there's no bone in there. It's cartilage too. So that's what a shark is made up of, cartilage. That's what helps them move so well in the water. Staying safe. Most sharks have powerful jaws and rows of sharp teeth. A shark's mouth is lined with up to 20 rows of teeth. When a shark loses a tooth, a new one moves forward to replace it. A shark's body is covered with rough scales called denticles. So I like this page. We're learning about teeth and their skin, which is not called skin, it's called scales. They're covered in scales, but the scales are called denticles. And this is a close-up picture of the denticles on a shark. And look at how many teeth the shark has. They can have more than 20 rows of teeth. We just have one row of teeth on the top of our mouth and one row on the bottom. but sharks have many, many teeth, and they need those teeth for hunting their prey. Shark pups. Some sharks are oviparous. Do you remember what that word means? Oviparous means egg laying. So some sharks can lay eggs. Oviparous sharks lay their eggs on the ocean floor. Each egg is enclosed in an egg case to protect it until it hatches. Most sharks are viviparous. Viviparous sharks keep the developing eggs inside their body and then give birth to live young. Baby sharks are called pups. So remember, viviparous means that it's an animal that can lay eggs or give live birth. So some sharks will lay eggs and some sharks will give live birth to a mini version of themselves. So these are the egg cases that oviparous sharks lay. Sometimes they call this a mermaid's purse. And you can see that the way the egg case is shaped here has this sort of looks like a ropey end to it, and that's so that it can be attached to the floor of the ocean or to a rock so that it doesn't go floating away in the ocean. It stays put while it's growing. So exciting. And a baby shark is called a pup. Ooh, what do they eat? Sharks are carnivores. They prey on fish and other small ocean animals. Most sharks swim fast near the top of the water and use their strong jaws and teeth to catch their prey. Some sharks are called filter feeders. Filter feeders swim near the top of their mouth with their mouths open. The water flows through their gills and strains out small animals called plankton. So some sharks are going to hunt using their teeth, and they're going to look for live prey because they're carnivores, so they eat meat. And some fish are going to use their gills to filter in the water, and they're going to filter the oxygen and small animals called plankton. That's what's going to be their food, is the plankton. Ooh, a sense for hunting. Most animals have 5 senses, but sharks have 6. They use their senses to hunt and eat their prey. So we have 5 senses, but a shark has 6 senses. So here's a list. We have the shark can hear using its ears, sight using its eyes, smell using its nostrils, taste using its tongue, touch using vibrations, and electroreception. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what each of those is. So hearing, sharks can hear sounds that are too low for us to hear. They have a great sense of hearing underwater. Sight, sharks can see in dark waters. What do you use to see? Your eyes. So they're able to see in dark water. Smell, sharks don't use their nostrils to breathe like we do. Their only use is for smelling prey. So a shark's, one of their best senses is their sense of smell. So they can smell an animal from really far away. That's how they know how to find their food. Taste. Sharks have taste buds that line their mouth and their throat. Ours are only on our tongue. So remember, I've talked about taste buds before. If you look in the mirror and you stick out your tongue, you can see these little bumps on your tongue. Those are our taste buds, but a shark has taste buds on their tongue and all the way down their throat. Touch. Sharks feel vibrations from things before they even touch them. So they can sense or feel the vibration if some sort of prey or animal that is nearby. They can feel it. Electroreception. Sharks sense electricity in other animals. This, along with their sense of smell, make it impossible for animals to hide from them. So this is a sense that we do not have. We don't have this electroreception sense. They can sense the electricity of an animal nearby. So amazing. Even if an animal's trying to hide, that's how they end up finding them, because they're using their electroreception. All right, hammerhead sharks. Take a look at this silly looking shark. Its head looks like the shape of a hammer, which is a tool. Let's learn about the hammerhead. Can you guess where the hammerhead shark got its name? The shark got its name because its wide head resembles a hammer. Its eyes are placed on each end of its wide head so that it can easily scan the area for food. Stingrays are the hammerhead shark's favorite food. It uses its wide head to trap stingrays on the ocean floor. Hammerhead sharks are viviparous. A female can have up to 50 pups at one time. So here's their eyes on each side of their head. And the mom can have 50 baby pups at one time. That is a lot. And sorry for you, little stingray. This is a stingray toy. And that's what a hammerhead likes to eat. This is what their favorite thing to eat is, a stingray. All right, last page, we're gonna learn about the whale shark. Can you guess where the whale shark got its name? The shark got its name because its body resembles that of a whale. The whale shark is the largest fish in the world. They can weigh up to 12 tons and grow longer than 45 feet. They swim by moving their bodies from side to side, and they aren't fast swimmers. Whale sharks have about 3,000 tiny teeth, but they don't use them to eat. Whale sharks are filter feeders. They filter their food through their gills. So a whale shark is a very gentle animal. It doesn't have teeth to hunt with. It's not going to hunt like maybe a great white shark would. It's going to use its gills to filter in the plankton that it wants to eat. And it's a very, very large animal. It's amazing. All right, so before we move on, let's take one last look at the cover of our story, because this is the shark we're going to learn a lot about this week. This is a great white shark. And the reason I chose this shark is because we live in California, and there are sometimes shark sightings off the coast of California. So if you're in Santa Cruz or San Francisco or even the beaches in Southern California, sometimes the people out in the water spot the dorsal fin of a great white shark. So I want to teach you a little bit more about sharks this week. All right, so we're going to start by drawing a pictorial of our great white shark. Great, finger spaces, white shark. Okay, now our great white shark, the title's at the top, and I capitalized the first letters in my title. So great white shark is the title of this chart. And you guys know I like to do a pictorial with you whenever we're learning about an animal, and I like to start by labeling the parts of an animal, okay? I like to talk about it first. So I'm gonna draw the body of a great white shark. Hope you can see it okay. My marker is starting to wear off or wear out. Need to get a new one. So I'm just drawing the outline of the great white shark. Great white sharks can be really big animals, and they are really good hunters. And they use all their senses that we just learned about to find their prey or their food, whatever they're going to eat. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start by drawing the eyes of the shark. Remember, great white sharks have eyes that let them see even in dark waters. They can still see in the really dark waters. They also have ears on each side of their head, but they don't have ears like you and me that hang off the side of our head. They're just a hole on each side of their head. And their sense of hearing is really, really good. They can hear animals from far away. So their ears are very important. And they have two, just like you and I, and they're on each side of their head. Okay, and also our shark has nostrils on each side of the tip of their head. This is gonna let them smell their prey. And again, they don't have a nose that kind of hangs off like you and I. They have nostrils at the tip of their head. Okay, so just the little holes that help them to smell their prey. And remember, they don't breathe oxygen or air like we do in through our nose. They don't use their nose for that, just for smelling their prey. But they do use their gills to help them breathe underwater. This is kind of what their gills look like. It's on the side of their head and they look like little slits, and they open and close as they let water pass through. So the water passes through and they can filter out the oxygen that's in there to help them breathe underwater. Something we know about all sharks, especially the great white shark, is that they have lots of sharp teeth. And their teeth are used to catch their live prey. Remember, they like to eat animals. So they use their teeth to catch their prey and to help them shred apart the meat that they're eating and to shred it to smaller pieces, okay? So they have sharp teeth. All right, and now we also know that our sharks have fins. So here's a fin at the top, and here's two fins at the bottom. And the fins are used to help the shark swim through the water and to help them steer in the direction they want to go. Their tail also helps them with that, helps them move through the water and steer, which is how they determine which direction they want to go in. They can steer or move using their tail and using their fins. And one thing we always see in movies or shows when people are swimming in the water, maybe it's a movie that's meant to scare you a little bit, is just this top fin above the water. So a lot of people, if they spot a great white shark in the ocean, the first thing they see is this big fin sticking out of the water. All right, and if you see that and you're in the water, what should you do? Get out of the water. All right, and then we also learned that sharks have teeny tiny scales all over their body. And I forgot the name of the scales. I'll have to look back and add it here. But instead of having really smooth skin like us, they have scales. That's how they get that rough sensation, rough feeling on their skin. If you were ever to touch the shark skin or the outside of a shark, you would be touching their scales. Okay, so at home, you can work on making your pictorial. We're going to learn about the shark this week and maybe another ocean animal. So if you have some time, create your own. You can draw it. You can color it. Maybe the great white shark is a grayish color, so maybe you want to color it gray. And you can even, add a little bit to your ocean scene. But remember, we're going to add more information to our pictorial chart later this week. So I hope you had fun learning about sharks today. Bye.